It took me 7 days to draw my worst drawing. How? Let me tell you. But first, I'd like to disclaim that I'm not a negative person. Anything I say is not self-hatred, it's just hard criticism towards myself so that I hopefully never do this again. Now, back to the how. I was scrolling down Pinterest trying to gather some new inspiration for a new project when I discovered this really cool photo of a woman with a gun to her ear. I giggled and I thought, how funny would it be if she pointed the gun to her ear like a phone and pointed a phone towards a person like a gun. And bang bang! There it was. And if anyone was going to do something that whimsically, it would be no other than Juice Featherhead. Chaos ball of a character, bard, and naughty informant. Juice Featherhead, aka Jailer Forest Whisperer, is my main and most favorite OC, and I could tell you the whole story of this woman, but for sake of this video, I will simply summarize it. Dark backstory of being abandoned by mama, got out of mental jail, was homeless for a while, where she met a lot of people, cause unlike me, she's a social butterfly. Found out she was the eldest daughter to inherit a small kingdom. Actually a cult, but too long to read. Got into some shady magic, collected a bunch of shady items, where she naturally became acquainted with shady people. Discovered she was rather nosy and used that to sell information that she overheard, usually at bars, town squares, and whatnot. Outside of that, she's a bard, aka undercover, but also because she likes music, not that she's any good at it. Works for a dark organization that offered her a job due to her amazing ability to gather said information. And once in a while, bust some kneecaps for shiny glimmering coins. Okay, I think that sums it up. So, back to the drawing. I started my reference gathering now that I had this amazing idea of Jews running down a poor man to give him a card from the organization, which basically means, you're in deep shit, and you need to pay up, and we're here to collect. But May, wasn't it supposed to be a phone? I hear no one asking in particular. Yes, but then I realized the timeline is kind of medieval fantasy, and phones are not exactly in the theme of that. Ah, damn, I could have made a wish orb or something. Shit. Anyhow, I thought the card was a really good idea and a good little addition to kind of keep the shape, aka I'm too lazy to resketch. So, card it was. Now, this is where things started to go wrong. I wasn't quite sure where to start my rendering, and I made 3 different versions, if not more, to try and figure out how I wanted to transform it from a grayscale to color. And after a lot of research, I decided, flush it, I'm just gonna render it in grayscale. What could go wrong? So I did, and after a lot of hours, effort, sweat, tears, maybe some other liquids, I started to notice more and more that I just wasn't quite happy with, and it made me feel like a failure. I in total spent 7 days on this, and at this point I was maybe on day 4 or 5, and it felt like I wasn't sure where to go or what to do the further in I got. I tried fixing a lot of the flaws with Liquify, I also redrew a lot, I adjusted, going back to previous saves, but it just didn't work out how I wanted it to. I mean, fluff cake! I even got Vicaress herself to help me to try and fix this monster. Which, by the way, thank you Vic and Anya for all the advice and making the effort to take hand pictures just for me. You both are freaking awesome. Now, as if the whole chaos of the drawing itself wasn't enough, my Photoshop decided at least 5 to 6 times throughout the 7 days to go, excuse me, ma'am, but this space is like full. But it's not, I swear it's not. I've double checked. Yeah, it is though, it is. So I had to fix that half a dozen times, and at this rate, I was pissed. I was frustrated, I just wanted the whole drawing done and over with, and that was probably one, if not my biggest mistake. Whenever you rush artwork, it 9 out of 10 times always turns out terribly, because now you have all of these expectations in your head of, it has to be good, it has to be perfect, it has to be done within a certain amount of time, and that's just utterly ridiculous. Art takes time, and that's also why commissions can be so expensive at times, because you're not only paying for a product, you're also paying for the artist's time and effort it takes to put in. Anyway, I meant what I said earlier in this video. I am a very positive individual, and I don't want to hate myself for quote-unquote wasting 7 days, because I didn't. I learned a lot from this drawing, and that's going to help me improve in the future. And I learned that grayscale is not for me, at least not for now. Definitely at least not coloring. It's great for render practice, lighting, stuff like that. I highly recommend it. I also learned to stop having all these expectations that I have to be or have to do X thing within X time, and that if I don't, I've failed. Because I've not failed. The now wouldn't have happened without the then, and the future will not happen without the now. This drawing might as well be the next step before making the best drawing I've ever made. Who knows? Anyhow, thank you so much for watching this, whatever this is. Do you have a story where everything went wrong? Or maybe you just need to vent somewhere? Then please feel free to go down in the comments below. You can subscribe if you want to, but I'm just happy you stayed till the end. You can click here to view the first time I tried drawing a horse. That drawing was a lot more fun and it definitely took less time. I hope you have a wonderful day or evening. Bye!